Bought a new to us plough, and this press arm is causing a right grief to say the least. We try to take every bloody pin off. Nothing's happening, so out with the angle grinder. All the skims are off because we're going to go and try, that's that pile of skims. We're going to go and try that bloody mustard. But yeah, new to us, 600 quid this plough cost. Got caught out because we had to pay buyer's permission on the top of that, or buyer's commission rather. So we'll see how it goes.
How the fuck can I stop it getting me?
Oh, that'll go now. We chiseled that off. We finally got it off. This bolt here is seized in, so we cut them off both sides. Try to beat it out, but no success there. So we had to be a bit more imaginative with how we got it off and wiggled it like hell on the end. And that was good enough. Well, we've gone up and down the field twice with this one and seemed to handle it all right. It's a bit of a wiggly line on the basis that he's turning around and looking a lot, and also he started off my wiggly line, so it's never going to be straight, but it's not the biggest of fields. So, but you can see this is what we're trying to plough through. I mean, that going through the plough is horrendous. See it all hanging off the legs there. But in all fairness, those slatted boards are doing a bloody good job. It's not enough to clean his furrow, but it's folding it over well. There's a bit of trash on the surface, but as we power it down and subsoil it, that'll sort of soon disappear, we hope. But I think it's doing a much better job than the semi-mounted, full-bodied 6 furrow. This is the kind of thing it will struggle with. All of that's just going to wrap around the leg, and that's not quite gone. You can see it's all gone yellow, but it's not gone very brittle yet. The rain probably hasn't helped, although when it dries out it should be a lot more brittle. Got a clay, sandy clay loam here, but although we've had quite a bit of rain, you know, it's nice and crumbly. So I know we're late, and quite a bit later than everyone else, but anyone that planted maize in the first week of May, like a few people did round here, it sat there and did absolutely nothing because it was so dry for 2 weeks. So really we're only 2 weeks behind. But you can see where the compaction is on the tram line here. Slightly clumpier, that's going to take some breaking down. But yeah, that's like proper clay that. You can see roll it into a ball. But the roots have done a good job from the mustard. So the cover crop has worked and has done its place. The old New Holland does make a nice noise humming away. Having a few issues turning it over for some reason. We'll go and investigate. The old tractor's been waiting to go to the workshop to have its spools sorted, and we keep needing it. So, what are you changing them over to? can always
turn over and the ground smells even out now rather than
can always disconnect front legs. I know it's a bit of a bastard because they're metal, but it's going alright though, isn't it?
yeah, it just passes the lumps on, which is
Yeah, well the other one didn't, but you're fully open, aren't you? The other one's 14-inch boards. This is 16 and you can open it up. So moment of truth. Lift her up. So what it is, one of the spools is playing up on, well, two spools on one side. Oh, and now the wheel don't want to flip over. Let's see what that lamb wheel's doing now. Still being stuck up. What? But it's still being stuck up, and I don't know why. It did it fine. Might be the angle. Try turning her over lower or higher or something. Spin it back round. Probably does. Bit of WD-40 or something. This is the issue. Oh, I know what it was. Done this up. Hopefully that works. Your front needs to go deeper. But that's because you're coming in uphill, so you just have to keep changing it. I had that problem the other day, but I suppose really we should plough across the hill, but it's a tiny hill, it's a slight incline. But yeah, so I got the JCB here, and all I'm really doing is any big bung ups he has of the plough, he lifts up, pulls out, and I just come along with the JCB and pick them up and chuck it in the hedge. So there's a bung up that went through the plough, but I'll clear that anyway because that's going to cause right havoc to my subsoiler and or to the contractor that's going to come and do the power harrowing. So yeah, we'll get rid of that, and hopefully after we power harrowed this and subsoiled it, so it's one pass each, it will look a lot better, and we might have some sort of seed bed. Having it drilled with a Horsch Avatar, so it's going to be 30 centimetre row spacings, not 50 or 70, depending on where you are in the country and how wide you want to drill your maize. But that works for us, and we got micro fertilizer to go down with it as well. Oh, I'm being called. So the line's not the straightest in the world, but that was my fault. But that guy is straightening it up. Oh, it's matching up all right as well.
Yeah. So it's just the passing the bungs on rather than bunging up.
Rather than bunging up, yeah.
Like that other one.
I didn't realise we bought a very width plough. That was a good job. That was a very lucky accident.
That's 500 quid I've spent.
Oh, it was 600 quid, and we got caught out on buyer's premium, didn't we? bloody thing. On part, I reckon this would be rubbish, but I think he's a good plough so far.
Yeah. Just pick up the front one. As Phil Miller says, the quicker you go, the fucking better.
But we're only doing 6.8k, guy.
Well, I haven't changed up gears yet.
This is better going now. Diff lock and 4-wheel drive on. I've got auto diff on. She's going alright. Getting the occasional block up, so but the loader's in the field, so it's not too bad. I just beep the horn and he comes in and blocks it. But there's a bit of trash there. I might lift up and let that go through. Loader will just come and clear that, and then I can carry on. It's a bit of a balls, but we live and learn. You know, this is the first time we've grown mustard. We won't be in this position next year, because if we do mustard as a cover crop, we can actually spray it off early, because we haven't got to wait for the grass to grow to then spray off. So this year it was a bit of a balls, because we had to forage 10 acres of grass. So I didn't want to get the sprayer over to spray the mustard and then a couple of weeks later spray the grass. So he did it all in one hit, so we had to wait. But next year we'll be able to spray it off nice and early, March time, and then plough it over end of April. But I'm happy with the new plough anyway. I am happy with the new plough. But you can see just what my brother's picked up there. Just horrendous. And it is burying 85% of it. I mean, look at that. That's just off one row. It's burying 85% of it, so that's good enough. Bit of a wiggle. She's doing well now. A lot of dung on this field as well, and it's really well rotted down dung. This is only deep litter dung, but you know, had a bit of rain, it's nicely broken up. Most of it's on the bloody JCB, look. You can tell my brother loaded up with this, and you can tell he doesn't drive it every day, because he's left it all on there. Oh well. So I've finished ploughing that field for today. Guy's going to carry it on. It's about 3:30 now. I've stopped because I've now got to walk the dogs. I've got a train to catch to go to London again. Shock. For 5 o'clock. So yeah, that's end of really my day. But Guy and Eli will finish that off tomorrow, and then they'll plough the grass tomorrow as well. And then the next time you'll see me will be, well, we'll be subsoiling Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, and powering then as well. And then hopefully drilling Friday. But it all depends on the weather. But that's the next video, subsoiling, powering and drilling. and then roll in afterwards. So yeah, catch you later. Before I completely sign off, this is what we silaged the other day. So on the right of this green line here, Bob, stay there. On the right of this green line, that's the red clover and ryegrass lay that we have. On the left is this GS4, and this is what was swamped by the spring barley. But if you look, now we've got rid of the spring barley and got rid of the grass, the clover and all the legumes in it is really starting to pick up and get going and really take off. So I think for second cut, this will be much more legume based and therefore higher protein than grass based. Obviously we'll monitor it now. It's got 5 weeks break, we're not allowed on it to do anything, and we'll monitor how we get on, and I'll probably record it all as well. But that's what I would say. There's not going to be a heavy grass yield out here. It's going to be much more clover yield, which is what we like.